Shericka Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Elaine Thompson-Herah are considered the big three when it comes to women's 100 and 200 meters. But given their recent track performances in the last 15 months, are they still the big three? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Drop a video, at least one today on Peter Lloyd World. Also, enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yeah, good to go. Well, we would like to say happy birthday to 400-meter sensation Stacey-Ann Williams, who turns 26 today, March the 8th. She's the beau of none other than Rashid Broadbell, the bronze medalist from the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So we have to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Stacey-Ann Williams. I hope you have a great 2025 outdoor season. Looking forward to some amazing times from you and medals in the women's 400 meters. This young lady, I think, is very talented. Speaking of 400 meters, yesterday, the 7th of March, was the birthday of this remarkable sensation and channel favorite, Nikisha Price. Happy belated birthday to you, Queen. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. With the emergence of the likes of Brianna Liston of Jamaica and Tia Clayton of the famous Clayton twins, as well as Gabby Thomas of the United States and Sha'Carri Richardson of the United States, not to mention the new Paris Olympic Games women's 100 meters champion, the remarkable Julian Alfred of St. Lucia, is Jamaica's big three, meaning Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Shericka Jackson, and Elaine Thompson, still the big three. In the finals of the women's 100 meters at the Paris Olympic Games, none of the big three, meaning Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Elaine Thompson-Herah, or Shericka Jackson, were present. In fact, it was the young upstart and upcomer Tia Clayton who made it through to the finals. Julian Alfred walked away as the Paris Olympic Games women's 100-meter champion, with Jamaica's Tia Clayton being the only Jamaican, and not Elaine Thompson-Herah, not Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and not Shericka Jackson in that 100-meter final.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
And in the finals of the 2023 Women's 100 meters World Championships, this is what happened.
Set. They're away first time. Can Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce deliver? She's got a good start, but watch Shericka Jackson. Shericka Jackson, is she just going to do it? Oh, on the near!
It was Sha'Carri Richardson who walked away with this World Championship title. Now, Elaine Thompson-Herah. Thompson-Herah is the second fastest woman in recorded history in the 100 meters and the third fastest woman in recorded history in the 200 meters. She is the double Olympic gold medalist, but has been suffering from issues particularly related to her Achilles heel injury in the last several years. Now, in 2021 at the Prefontaine Classic, She laid down the law, coming closest to breaking the seemingly unbreakable women's 100 meters world record set by Flo Jo. The time she ran was a spectacular, mind-bending 10.54 seconds. So, is she still one of the big three?
Two 10.6s versus all these 10.7s never happened before in history.
Women's 100. And we start with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Thompson-Herah. Richardson being left behind. And out in front, the Olympic champion does it again.
10.54. That is the
But truth be told, we have not seen this Elaine Thompson-Herah since 2021, when she won the Tokyo 2020 women's 100 and 200 meters, and in the 100 meters at that Olympic Games broke the Olympic record, which she now holds. She ran that spectacular 10.54 at the Prefontaine Classic in 2021. In fact, 2021 is arguably her greatest year. But as I said, we have not seen this Elaine Thompson-Herah since then. So, can she still be considered one of the big three out of Jamaica? I mean, can she? I really want to know your thoughts. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the 5-time world champion in women's 100 meters and numerous medalists and gold medalists in the Olympic Games, the remarkable Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce ran her fastest time in the women's 100 meters at the Lausanne Diamond League in Switzerland in 2021. That spectacular time was none other than 10.60, the third fastest recorded 100 meters by a woman all time.
Good start there from Talu, third from right, but look at Fraser-Pryce building a lead here, but here comes Thompson-Herah in the green headband. Is she going to get there? Not on this occasion, she's not, no. The pair of them with a 2-meter gap behind them, the winning time.
Now at the age of 38, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has had a few setbacks in the last 2 years, also according to injury. Her recovery time, based on her age, seems to naturally would take a lot longer. And she went as far as the semi-finals at the Paris Olympic Games, but until now, none of us really knows what happened because she did not run in those semi-finals. Based on her performance in the heats, I believe she would have easily made it through to the finals. We've been told it was injury, but neither Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and or her team, coaching staff and our management team have managed to tell us. So, is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce still one of the big three? Is she? Rounding out the big three is none other than Shericka Jackson. Jackson has recorded the second, third, fourth, and fifth fastest time in the women's 200 meters. In fact, in the finals of the women's 200 meters in the World Championships in 2023, she ran a mind-bending 21.41, making her the second fastest recorded woman in this distance. The only person to run faster is, of course, Flo Jo, who still barely holds that 200-meter world record. Shericka Jackson is also the fifth fastest woman in the 100 meters with a time of 10.65. She's a spectacular talent. However, in 2024, as a result of injury, she simply was not at her best and did not even compete, although she went to the Paris Olympic Games. Is she still one of the big three in your eyes?
But it's Shericka Jackson at the moment. Can she hold it? She's storming to victory here. Watch the clock. This is so fast. Richardson.
Shericka Jackson is the youngest of the big three. And I think that makes a huge difference. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, you might ask, why am I talking to you about this? The truth is, several persons in the last 2 years have actually brought this up to me. Most of them Americans. And in the last couple of days, I started to think about it. With the plethora of young talent, a Brianna Liston, 10.91 PB, who, if she remains healthy, could easily break that PB in 2025. A Tia Clayton, who already has set a new PB of 10.86, ran the third fastest time throughout the entire Paris Olympic Games in the women's 100 meters series, but didn't spark in the finals primarily because, and her coach admitted it and she has admitted it recently, just due to lack of experience. She said she was continuously nervous. We did a video on that. In fact, Asafa Powell recently interviewed the twins, and we put that in our video 2 days ago. Today's Saturday the 8th, so that would have been the 6th Thursday. So you can go back and watch. Now, the way Tia Clayton has started her 2025 season indoors is just absolutely spectacular. You can see the growth and the confidence. And in fact, I have predicted that I believe, in fact, I thought I should have done it last year, but I was off. In fact, I was wrong. But I still believe she'll be able to run something close to, if not definitely, a sub 10.80 this year. And she could get closer to even a 10.7778, which would be spectacular. The confidence that I see in Tia Clayton is a young lady who has discovered her power. Now, with a Brianna Liston and a Tia Clayton out of Jamaica, and then of course globally there is Julian Alfred, who is just burning up the track. World indoor champion from 2024, who became the Paris Olympic Games women's 100 meters champion, who shows real talent in the 200 meters. Is she now one of the big three? And of course there's Sha'Carri Richardson. Richardson of course suffers from some degree of inconsistency, but there can be no doubt that Richardson is very, very talented. In the 200 meters, there's Gabby Thomas, who is now the Paris Olympic Games world champion. Now, let's talk about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The truth is, the only challenge I have with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, why I may say she may not be considered one of the big three, is that she's 38 years of age. So she can't run as many races as she should. But what I saw her do in those heats at the Paris Olympic Games last year, yeah, she's still very dangerous. So I would say if her races are managed properly, she's still definitely one of the big three. I think she is definitely dangerous. Maybe I'm being prejudiced because I'm Jamaican or because I'm a huge Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce fan. But based on the last race I saw her run, which was in the heats of the Paris Olympic Games last year, where she ran a very easy looking 10.93, yeah, I think she's very dangerous still. But only time will tell if I'm right. Now, as for Shericka Jackson, is she still one of the big three? I honestly think she is. I've said repeatedly on this channel that the primary challenge that an athlete has after severe injury is not just physiologically getting better, but it is psychologically getting back to that moment of confidence, getting back to knowing how good she is. I believe if Shericka Jackson gets back to that mental state where she understands her power in truth, and she seems to be progressing in the right direction, her times are improving over the 60 meters outdoors slowly but surely, I think she should still be considered one of the big three. She does have that 10.65, one of the top 5 fastest times of all time in 100 meters. And she does have the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th fastest 200 meter times recorded in history. Not to mention that 21.41 is an insane time. So yes, there is no doubt in my mind that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, if she remains injury-free, and Shericka Jackson, who, if she recovers psychologically from injury, because I think she has recovered physiologically, should still be considered very dangerous. Plus, Gabby Thomas, as amazing as Gabby Thomas is, her winning times and her best times last year are nowhere close to, really nowhere close to Shericka Jackson. It's just the truth. Gabby Thompson will, however, improve, so she will become dangerous at some point. But I think if Shelly-Ann's races can be managed, and if Shericka Jackson can recover fully in terms of mentally, not just physiologically, they should still be considered unimaginably dangerous and much more dangerous than a Sha'Carri, a Julian, etc. Now, I'm taking nothing from those young ladies because they are seriously, seriously talented. They've beaten both Shelly and Shericka Jackson on different occasions. In fact, when it comes to the top 6, top 7 women in the sprints, my hat is off to all of them. But in the 200 meters, I believe Shericka Jackson reigns supreme once she's mentally back. Now, this may upset a few people. Elaine Thompson-Herah. I'm a huge fan. But the truth is, unless they solve this repeated injury issue that started in 2017, if my memory serves me correctly, and has persisted throughout, and she has not been able to find a coach, but she found one coach after MVP was able to bring out the best of her at that point. Note I said at that point because the best of her was 10.54. That was the best of her in terms of the 100 meters, and that was on the VP. Sorry, not VP, MVP. That's the musician in the people. MVP under the tutelage of Paul Francis and Stephen Francis. But the real challenge is Elaine Thompson-Herah's health. If Elaine Thompson-Herah can fully recover from this Achilles heel, then she would still be dangerous. She is still young enough. But at this point, I would have to say that I have a question sign beside her. I still believe the big 3 could be still the big 3. I believe Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce simply has to manage her time, her races. Shericka just has to get out of her head. But people, we can't ever forget that a Julian Alfred is focused and she's running for an entire nation. We can't forget that Tia Clayton is young and hungry. We can't forget that Brianna Liston is also focused. We can't forget that Sha'Carri Richardson is fiercely competitive and very talented. And we can't forget that Gabby Thomas has consistently improved her times over the last several years. So, my opinion is 2 of the big 3 are still a threat. I believe the 3rd, Elaine Thompson-Herah, will be a threat if she's able to overcome these injuries. But even so, if all 3 are intact, there is some amazing young talent coming up, some of which are coming up out of Jamaica, meaning Tia Clayton and Brianna Liston. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts. Now, I know most people are talking about the Central Champs, Kingston Champs, etc. But I really wanted to cover this. I will cover those in the next video. I want to hear your thoughts, people. Are they still the big 3? Am I making sense or am I blowing smoke? And I don't want you to be emotional. I want you to be rational about what I'm saying. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our merch at printify.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. And don't forget to leave your opinions. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings, and queens. Bless us.